What is going on, y'all? Welcome to the Joel Friday TV podcast. I am Joel Friday. A few announcements before we get started. Hit that like button, smack it, lay the smack down the like, subscribe, and share button. Tell your peoples about the show so we get the subscribers up and the message out. Do it now. Help a brother out. Also, it is a talk show, so at any point during the show, you can call in. We are live Monday through Thursday at 11 a.m. Pacific time, and you can call in at any point, and we could talk. Whatever it may be, we can get into it. If for whatever reason you can't call in, but you still have a question or comment, or you just want to support the show, which I appreciate, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/JoelFridayTV. The link is in the YouTube description, or go directly to the YouTube live chat. Hit your super chat button there. I'll read your comments live on air. You do got those options. Amazing stuff. Man. Let's jump into it. Shout out to the folks watching across all platforms. We're on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and punchy.tv. You can watch my show on any of those platforms if you choose to. Whatever one makes the most sense to you, hop on there. And also hop in the comments. You know what I mean? Get in there. Give your comments. Give your commentary. Create a community so we can get the message out, y'all. Amazing stuff. I appreciate it. Got some callers on the line here. What I'm going to do today is I have a little message for you, but I'm going to jump straight to a call first because yesterday I went the whole show just rambling. No, it was good. It was good stuff. We talked about the real role of a woman. A proverb woman. And what that looks like. We read some scripture. We broke it down. We got into it yesterday. So if you missed yesterday's show, The Proverb Woman, Lord have mercy, you better tell your aunts and your grandma, your mama and sister, cousins, your best friend. Send them that show. Because we got into some stuff. And you don't got to agree, but it was stuff. It was some stuff. So check that out, episode 169. Can you believe that? I'm on episode 170. Today is my 170th episode. Time flying. But anyway, let me get to JC out of Little Rock, Arkansas. Welcome to the show. You're on the air. Hold on one second, JC. Hold on. JC, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I didn't know you talked about Proverbs 31 yesterday.
Oh, yeah. You missed it.
Yeah, I went to see Deadpool versus Wolverine yesterday during the show.
Oh, how was it?
Oh, it's good. It's real good. Like, very good movie.
Nice. I was wondering if I should go watch it or not, but I wasn't sure because I'm not really a huge fan of Deadpool. Do you like Deadpool?
Oh, and Deadpool is fun. Deadpool is funny, but my favorite X-Men is like my favorite superheroes are X-Men. So, Storm is my favorite. Here.
Yeah, X-Men. Yeah. X-Men is probably my favorite series of all those superhero movies. But go ahead.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Anyway, sir, let me be you real quick. But it was a homosexual that was judging me. I kept hearing you say that the other episodes were another reason why you didn't get hired on the police force. I'm like, really, sir? What is your beef with the homosexual community? Because I'm pretty sure nobody bothers you in your straight man world about you being straight and stuff. I'm sure you might be flattered that homosexuals probably hit on you and stuff. But what is your beef with that community? Because they not worried
with the
about
homosexual community.
Yes.
I don't have any beef with the homosexuals. I know plenty of them. I don't have any beef.
You got mad at that supposed one when you was doing your police trying to be a police officer.
Oh,
and
I
was
see.
Be a judge.
Oh, I see. Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. The reason why I brought that up is because the whole point of what do you call it? A
psych evaluation.
Yeah, a psych evaluation. The whole point is to make sure that you're sane, right? And these people who identifying with homosexuality, in my belief, aren't sane people because
Why? Please keep going on.
And I'm not saying in all areas of life, but it's just any identity is not sane because what you're basically saying is that you are a homosexual and that's not who you are. So people who identify that, in my belief, aren't really seeing clearly. So he's trying to judge me for not seeing clearly when I'm watching him not seeing clearly. So that was my point of that.
You identify as a straight man.
I don't identify as a straight man. I don't identify as a straight man. I identify as a Christian person.
Joel, don't say that on this airwave.
I don't identify with that stuff. I honestly don't. Because that's the thing. That's the setup. That's the setup is that a straight person and a gay person is the same thing. If they
all bleed the same. Yes, you're right about that.
Right, that too. But also, if anybody identifies with that, you're the same person. Because if a straight person has vices, whatever those vices may be, he has to overcome. Same as if a homosexual has vices, whether it be homosexual activity, whatever it is that there's things you need to overcome.
How are heterosexual people and homosexual people the same in your eyes? But you're saying like basically, why would you want to be judged in a psych evaluation by a homosexual?
Yeah,
or going back to thinking like they consider homosexuals as a mental disability, like they did in the '60s, which is when that stopped. By the way,
well, mainly. My point when it came to the psych evaluation is that the police academy and then I'll get back to the other thing, but the police academy puts in these people in the company just for the sake of inclusion and diversity and all that stuff. Like, who knows if this guy earned it or not? I don't know. I can't make that judgment, but it's just, they just be putting people in there just to say that, oh, I'm homosexual and I'm in here. We got homosexuals in here too. We're not homophobic. We're not racist. Look, we're not against women. We got a women police officers. It's not real and genuine. So that's what I mean by it's delusional when you're trying to judge me based off of psych, but yet, you're in there if this is the case, right? And you got your issues. You got your problems that you identify with. So that's why that was that. That was why I made that comment.
So you don't believe that there are homosexual firefighters, homosexual police officers?
Yeah, but we shouldn't. Doctors. Right, but they don't. But they shouldn't be identifying with it. You should just be living life. You should just be doing you. Okay. It shouldn't even be brought up. And let's just say you're having a conversation with a coworker, and then it comes up, blah blah blah. It shouldn't be like this thing. Like, now let's shine the light on it. Now I'm a homosexual fireman. Like, I don't like that type of language.
If they're having a conversation with me about being a homosexual, I'm going to clap my hands and smile and give them a wave of support.
But you're only doing that because you're trying to prove back to them that I'm homosexual and proud. So, and you're just shoving it.
That it's okay to be free.
Right. But you're just shoving it back. But you're just shoving it back, and you're just sticking it back to the man for judging you first, and that's not the proper way to go out with it.
The thing is, because homosexuals get such a horrible negative opinion in the world, called perverts, called PDF files, called all types of things, rapists and everything. Y'all worry about homosexuals going to certain bathrooms, or worried about if a man wants to dress in makeup and have a drag queen story hour to educate children. You all worry so much about that, then call yourselves Christians, which is just the craziest thing, to say that something is going to be damned, that people are going to be damned.
I agree
or who they are and stuff, when I don't believe in a God that created us to go to hell. That's not why God created us.
I agree with everything you just said right now. I do agree that the Christians are there's Christians out there who are overdoing it or being judgmental, and I've done it at times too. But that part of Christianity is not representative of God. Those are just judgmental Christians. But that doesn't give the homosexuals now the excuse to take pride in their this thing that they identify with, and now stick it to the man and shove it in his face. Or I'm just gonna do what I want to do. No, that's not the proper way to go about your life. You should be able to still be happy and peaceful in your life and not worry about what people think, instead of now trying to, I don't know, have a pride, be proud about being home. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't think that that's the proper way to go about it.
Like I said, there's so many people that have died because of their sexuality. People like Marsha P. Johnson, people like Matthew Shepard. People have died just because they love the same race, just because they identify differently.
No, that's not why. You mean they died because they were killed because of who they are?
They were gay.
Or who they think they are. Who they think they are.
Killed. They not who they think they are, who they were, who they chose to live as. They died in situations like that. So let me. We can move on for this, because I wasn't calling about homosexuality today. I was calling about to get a scenario. So
fair.
A young man, a young light-skinned black man in his mid-30s was shot and killed just because he was walking down the street, just started dancing, and all of a sudden was just shot and killed by some white people that saw the color of his skin. Do you think that would be okay?
So you're saying a man was... Say that last part again. What happened to him exactly? He was shot and killed?
It was just a light-skinned black man in his mid-30s was walking down the street one day, just started dancing freely, and some white people saw this and then decided to kill him just because he was a black man dancing. What would you think?
I can't trust the things that you say, JC, because the way you approach it, the way you but the way you approach everything is bias. You never come from a place of trying to get to the truth. You come from a place that's accusatory. You already framed it as, let me just explain what you do, is that like you already framed it as the white men are or the white people just randomly killing this black guy because he was just a black guy and they were racist and he's a victim and they shot him dead. What you think about that? That's basically how you framed it. So the people who don't think for themselves are going to be like, oh, wow, that's wrong. That's not the right way to go. That is so mean. And they're going to now believe racism is a thing and that whites should just have this plan to kill all blacks. And you frame it in an evil way.
Could you not see yourself in that situation, in that scenario that I literally just painted out? A light-skinned black man in his mid-30s dancing, being free, and all of a sudden he dies. Could you not see yourself in that situation? How would you want people to feel if that happened to you because of that beautiful skin that you have being targeted by others that have hatred? How would you feel?
I wouldn't be getting into all of that feelings of it.
Would you not want to be Would you not want to be celebrated as a good person that was
No.
just...
No, that's too much. It's just too much. Like, I would want to just understand what happened and then try to do the right thing about it and let justice be served. That's what I would want to do. I wouldn't be like, poor man who got unjustly killed and he's black and it's just so sad, and I wouldn't want that for my children. That's too much feelings being added into the situation. Just get to the truth. Just get to the bottom of the truth. Let's find out what happened and let's move on. You have your day, and if it's family or close people to you that were killed, then you have your days where you mourn a little bit, but you don't try to get all the extra syrupy stuff into it. That's what causes people to want to fight and go to war and be angry and all that stuff. Am I making sense?
Yeah. Let me ask you one more question, because last week you got in my head about me always defending women, and it seems like I never choose me inside and stuff, even though I'm a whole man comfortable in my sexuality to defend women when y'all disrespect them. What else do you think makes me evil? Like, that's something I would love to know, because I somehow work on myself listening to you.
Fair
so
enough.
What else makes me evil?
I don't think that you're evil. I don't think that you're evil. I think that you just say things that come from an emotional place, and it's making you blind to reality. That's the only thing that I see that keeps happening. Like, you get caught up in the anger or the sadness or the emotion of it all, and it's keeping you from seeing reality, the truth. Like, who really knows? But let me just say this: who really knows what happened in that situation you just said? Who really knows the details? We don't know. We weren't there. Who really knows, the mindset of the white person who did who knows this kind of things? You just kind of have to be in the moment and see how you would deal with it if that were to happen to you.
It astounds me, though, that you could see things of, like, video evidence, like the things with Sandra Massey, like the things with George Floyd, like the things with Ahmaud Arbery. You could see this on video evidence.
Yeah.
And then say those people are innocent, those killers are innocent. Whereas if you were on a jury in a courtroom given the same evidence to decide this, would you still say those people were innocent, or would you say they were guilty?
The thing is that I would hope I would try to, and I believe I would try to get to the bottom of the truth. Let's get to the truth. Let's understand both sides of the situation. What happens, though, JC, is that every time you bring this stuff up, and I don't mind you saying it, like, every time you bring this stuff up, you already are on the side of the black man, the black community, and you're very biased. You're not trying to get to the truth. You're just trying to defend people you believe are victims.
I'm going to defend right.
But how come right? But you always place black or woman on the side of right. It's never you don't defend white. You don't defend men. You don't defend whites. You don't defend. It's always who you choose to defend.
I defend the right all the time. There are plenty of black people that I've called out, that call y'all's little network and stuff, that I definitely don't agree with. And I'm not going to say names because you don't want me to be catty and stuff, but there's plenty of times when I go against fellow black men, especially the ones that like to disrespect black women, and that one knows what I'm talking about. But there's plenty of times when I call out my own race.
Well, that's good. Well, I hope you can.
That's good.
No, I'm glad that you call out bad behavior, but I, from my perspective, you always call in with a bias, and that's all I'm saying is pay attention to that, because you're always sticking up for the women, you're always sticking up for the blacks. Because maybe what I'm saying,
disrespecting them. Because you're always disrespecting blacks, disrespecting women.
But it's not about disrespect. I mean, I can understand people caring about that, but it's not really. That's not important. What's important is it the truth? Because let's solve the problem. Is it true what I'm saying about it?
No, it's not. And that's the thing, Joel. You have how many followers? You have what? So many platforms. You're on Facebook right now, Instagram, shout out Lions Den, YouTube, whatever this Punchy TV is. You're on these different platforms and stuff. What, are you on Spotify too?
I'm all over. I'm all over the world, baby.
That's the thing. Listen to what you're just saying. You're all over the world, and you're able to spew all of this stuff. And then, of course, you might think it's right, but if I'm calling in to disagree, are you at least wanting to learn and educate or feel educated from the things that I'm telling you? Like I admit it. I really did think about that last week when you said I'm always defending women and stuff and making men look like the villains. No, I defend right. Whatever happened with those little girls in London, I don't like that happened. They shouldn't kill kids in the first place, no matter what race. I don't like any type of violence or anything that has to do with things like that. I don't like evil doing. And so I'm going to call and I'm going to stand up against that. But your platform sometimes rallies and follows behind evildoers, and I have to call you out on that.
Fair enough, and that's your opinion. You know, that's your opinion you can have. And yes, I do. I keep an open mind, and I hear what you're saying and things that you say, but I just happen to disagree on the matters. But you have a right to you see things the way you see them, and that's fine. And I see them the way that I see them, and let each man be justified in his own mind. So, I mean, it's not even that I'm trying to deny what you're saying or the things that you say for the sake of denying it or whatever. It's just that I just do not see it that way. But it's food. It's always, everything is always food for thought. But I do got to move. I do got to get to my topic here.
Yes, sir.
JC, and thanks for calling, man.
What is your topic today?
We're talking about Christian crusaders. We're getting into what it means to be a Christian crusader. So we're going to get into it a little bit.
Lord, I listened to hate too much this day and yesterday about the crusade. So
we're going to get into it.
All right.
I appreciate
Thank you
it.
for your time.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks, JC. All right. So let's get to it. I was listening to the shows, The Hake Report, Jesse Lee Peterson, and American Anchor Baby hasn't came on yet. He comes on at 4 today, 4 p.m. But I was listening to the first two shows, and there are some interesting things that popped up. I wasn't originally gonna get into this, but last minute, I heard something on the Hake Report, and then I was like, oh, I'm getting into that. So it was like a last minute thing. But I heard Mark on the phone, and Mark is a caller of one of the shows here on the network, for those that don't know. And he's really into like his people, and he's a white male. He's really into his people, white people, right? And he wants to stand up for white people and stick with white people, and like he rooting for the whites. And in his mind, he believes that that's the right thing, right? And he has a right to believe it. That's fine. No big deal. And he makes some points sometimes that are pretty good. But and he talked about the Christian Crusader, about the Christian Crusaders. And he's saying that like, you know, if real Christian Crusaders wouldn't accept all that's going wrong in the world when it comes to white people being attacked or whatever it may be, all the stuff going around, real Christian Crusaders wouldn't just sit around and pray for things to get better. No, they would get into the fight, and that would make it happen. And everything that for the most part, when I hear Mark talk about the race, it just sounds delusional to me. and just sound delusional. And he loves to say, let's fight fire with fire. And if he's listening, then he can feel free to call in. Fight fire with fire. That's not the way to go to life. But I'm not here to just talk about Mark the whole time. I just want to talk about a point that he made. Is that if we're going to talk about a Christian crusader, and I'm not saying I know everything about what it means to just be the best Christian, right? I'm still learning. But one thing I do know is that then no real Christian identifies with color. That's just out. And when I hear him say like my people, it's just crazy talk to me. It's crazy talk. He has a right to believe it though. But also, in my belief, Christianity and being born again has its own culture, right? It's its own culture. Being a Christian is its own culture. It transcends color and traditions and all that stuff, right? Your mind is renewed, your heart is renewed. So you don't do the things you once did. You don't share the same things that the Mexicans did traditionally, or the whites did traditionally, or the blacks do traditionally. You don't live by those things. You are of God. You return to your true nature. And where's your true nature from? Heaven. It ain't from Mexico. It ain't from Africa. It ain't from Europe. It's from heaven. And do you think that in heaven that there's people that are into their specific culture? The light doesn't have culture. The light don't have no culture. The light is just of God, of goodness. So this whole identity with color, I never understood it. Never in my life have I understood that. But anyway, I want to move on from that because that's not like, that's kind of a silly point, but I just had to make it. Because it's so like insane that somebody can get on the phone and say my people are white people. That's just crazy. Anyway, also I heard another person say that if I got smacked in the face and somebody just smacked me in the face out of nowhere, I would just swing on them, right? I would defend myself. And that's also not how God operates either, is that God is not in the future and you don't know what you do. And there's a reason why I'm bringing all this up. I'm gonna tie it all together, but just bear with me. Is that a lot of people plan for the future too. Like, if I was in that situation, I would do this, right? If it was me, I would have did it like this. That's a lie. You don't know what you do, for one, and because you think you know is why we judge others, right? Somebody got punched in the face, and they were like, "Oh heck no, ain't no way you gonna let them punch you in the face." We start judging like, "You weak, you a beta, you weak." But what we call a Jesus a beta when he got beat up, right? You don't know what the moment calls for. You don't know what the moment calls for. You got to wait for the moment to present itself. Maybe there is a time where somebody get you with a good one and you got to like get them back. In defense, though, I'm not talking about let's just fight to fight. What kind of grown men fight? That's one thing. That's another thing. What kind of grown men don't fight? Real men don't fight. Talk about sitting up there tussling with somebody. What? That's not real man grown up activity. Grown men don't fight. If you have to defend yourself, then you got to defend yourself. But ain't nobody sitting up here trying to like rumble. What the? So if you think you can fight, then and you proud of it, that's childish stuff. Nobody trying to sit up here and go to work the next day with a limp, with a bruised eye. What kind of real men don't fight? So unless you're directed and you're guided to do what you need to do. And that's different. That's being led by the moment. There's times where we got the military, right? There's a time to do everything. But we don't plan for the future. And the reason why I say that really quick, and then I have another point I want to make, and I'm going to tie it together, is we don't know what is to come. God is only in the moment, and the Christian Crusaders didn't have all this pride that people think that they had. I don't even know who the Christian Crusaders are, but I'm just thinking about what it really should be. Nobody's sitting up here with this pride of being a Christian Crusader or proud of being American or it's not as what you think it is. There's a scripture of what's the name? Peter in the Bible. And Peter was known to be like the rock. Jesus named Peter the rock. The guy I'm gonna build my foundation on. You the man, you the one. And he was known for being like real kind of aggressive. Right? Tough. Buff. If you've seen the Chosen. Just like the man's man, right? And Jesus was like, you gonna deny me, Peter? And Peter was like, nah, I ain't never do that. As a matter of fact, he probably almost cussed out Jesus because he like, Jesus, don't be trying to tell me something I ain't gonna do. And Jesus was like, no, you're gonna deny me. Not once, but 3 times. And Peter was like, no, I'm not. He's that kind of guy, right? Arguing back with Jesus. And what happens? Jesus gets persecuted, and then they accuse they try to come out to Peter, and they're like, hey, Peter, you with this man? Because we about to get him. And whoever's with him, we getting you. Are you with him? Peter's like, no, I'm not. I'm not a rock. He denied it completely. He lost everything. All that little strength, bye. Gone. Confidence, gone. Denied Jesus 3 times. And I say that to say is that like Mark and all these other people talk big. Talking big, but let's see what happens when you're in that situation. Let's see what happens. You don't know. You gotta wait and see, because you could be just as weak. All human beings, all of us, every Christian, male, female, whatever, every person, not just Christian, every person only has strength from by the grace of God. Without it, weak. It is only by the grace of God. So anything outside of that is pure weakness. It's just weakness. So when people say, I have it, perfect peace, let's just say, I have perfect peace. I have toughness, right? Or they say, I made it. I made it here. I'm ready. I'm ready for you. Ready for a relationship, ready for the Lord, ready for the whatever, right? And then they say, I don't sin no more. That's a good one. I don't sin anymore. I don't do that anymore. Like, I finally stopped doing. All those things are a setup. Don't say it. Delete from your thoughts in your mind. I'm tough. I would do this. I would do that. Don't mess with me. All these comments, and I say them too. All these comments, I realize in my own life, are all arrogance. All arrogance. It all points to you. It all takes credit. And that's why Peter denied Jesus 3 times, because Jesus had to show Peter that, boy, sit down. You ain't nothing. Because it's only through God's grace, man. It's only through God's grace that we're even able to get up out of bed. And at any moment, when you think you're taking those strides and you're like, I'm getting better, and you think that you like right there, like peak perfection. As soon as you think you're at it, you'll be reminded that it can all go away, because it's not effort. It's just grace. It's just grace. It's just grace. God drawing you in, God lifting you up. And he only lifts you up when you recognize it's him doing the lifting. And you recognize that without him, there ain't no up. So as soon as we get arrogance, he goes like this. He pulls the hand away, pulls the grace away a little bit, so you can recognize, oh shoot, and be humbled again. Same thing he did with Celine Dion. Yeah, you a great singer, but you praising the voice, not the giver of the gift. So you pull that hand away, no voice. Voice is gone. She can't sing. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody got nothing. Nobody has nothing. Nobody has nothing. And the more we accept that, the more actual comfort we have. Am I making sense here? Am I making sense? I can't tell you how many times I've been humbled because I was acting up. You know what I'm saying? Like, judging and then getting judged. That's really what it means. Judging, then getting judged. Nobody got nothing. It's only through the grace of God. So, anybody trying to claim that they got it, you ain't. And you ain't made it, you ain't making it, because that's all set up, not even from God. The moment has all the answers. I'm learning this in my own life. The moment has all the answers. And it's hard to surrender to the moment. Lord have mercy. But the moment has all the answers. It's all there. We don't got to plan for the future. We don't got to say what we're going to do, not going to do. The moment tells you what to do. It tells you what to do. I was trying to prepare my show today. I felt the stress trying to rise. I'm like, wait, this ain't making sense. This not coming together. I'm like, what am I going to do? How am I going to go on the show? You know what I mean? And that's happened before. But what is me stressing about it? And I was watching it, I was paying attention. I felt, ooh, it was in here. It was like, shoot. Time is ticking. Time is ticking. What am I going to say? What am I going to say? And it was just trying to get up in there. But I was paying attention. I was like, okay, just chill. We'll see what happens. The moment is just going to guide. The moment is going to be your guide. The moment is going to be your guide. The present, not the future, not the past, not the left, not the right. The present, right? And that's why it says, let go. Just let go. Because the answer is always right here in the face. It's always in the face because God loves us. God loves us. I know I'm preaching right now. But I got to make the point. I got to make the point. And then I'll get to the super chats. It's always right in front of the face. So we don't got to scramble. And we don't got to stress. And we don't got to do any of that. It's always right there. Because God loves us. And he knows that even when we reject him, he's still there. He's still there for Satan. He still loves Satan. He loved the devil. He has grace for the devil. The devil, the enemy. The real enemy, the spiritual enemy, God loves the devil. He gives him room to be the devil. So how much more room will he give you who is just lost trying to find your way? So let me check the super chats. Let me see. Let's see here. What we got? Jaime from Minnesota bought a donut. Right on, Jaime. A donut, a donation in the form of a donut, not a real donut. Jaime says, we love the gays. We love everyone. JC, have you been praying for Sean Grayson? He needs our prayers to be well. Listen, if you can't point out the wrong on all sides, then you got to check yourself. Lord have mercy. You got to check yourself if you can point. Ain't nobody on either side got it all together. So you might as well stop picking a side. Because you're going to go on this side and you're going to find out they got mess. You're going to go on that side, they're going to find out they got mess. And blah, blah, blah. You can still root for the people you like, but anyway, enough about that. Let me check on here. Let me see what you guys are saying. I'm going to read some comments here. You can call in. I have a few minutes left. 888-775-3773. 888-775-3773 if you want to get in there. I know I said a lot of different things, but hey, if you want to call in, you can. I'm going to read some comments. Okay, people who don't know what I'm doing? I'm going to read some comments and then comment on it. CG says the moment is amazing. Messed up how we deny him. It would be the person. Some of these are from a while ago, so it's hard to. Let me see here. Interesting stuff. I was going to read a couple of them, and then I got to end soon here. So. Oh, wait. I thought I was. Oh, super chat. Popping in. Harmony with the super chat. No message, but just supporting the show. I appreciate it, Harmony. Harmony. Harmony is a supporter, consistent supporter, and watcher of not just JFTV, but all the platforms across the board. She in the chat. She's supporting the show. So I appreciate it, Harmony. C-South said, dang, no calls. Joel, yeah, we had JC. But we got a lot of supporters over here. I love how Instagram is picking up in comments. I see a lot of Instagrammers in the chat a lot more, which is cool. Hop in the chat. Facebook too. Facebook. Those that are watching, hop in the chat. Give some opinions. Say what you think. You know what I mean? Create the conversation. Right on. But anyway, I got to end in a second here. Crazy stuff. Yeah, just don't be getting caught up in all that stuff. Is that, and I know Zenny be like, Zenny is like, oh, you got to have God on the pedestal. No, even that. Don't even get caught up in following God. God's going to guide you because he knows that your heart is searching for what's right. So just relax. Let it go. And just trust. That's what faith is. Faith is just trusting that you're going to be led in the right direction. And when you make a left turn or a right turn, or you quote unquote what you think is the wrong turn, it's just another lesson. It's all part of the process. So we don't got to judge it as bad or wrong. It's all part of the process. So be okay with everything. Be okay with all things. Left turn, right turn, up, down. Be okay with wherever happens. Mistakes, stumbles, sin. Don't reject the process is all I'm saying. And God don't want you to have him on a pedestal. He wants you to put him first, but he don't want you to make him so important that you go nutcase with it. Start preaching the scriptures to everybody you see on the street, your family members. You need to get saved. No, God don't want him on a pedestal. He just wants you to put him first. And that just simply means by trusting in him and being aware of yourself and doing what's in front of you to do. Trust the process. That's right, Jazz. Zenny's like, Anyway, I think that's it, y'all. Appreciate you guys tuning in. I guess I'm a little bit early here. Somebody sent me a nice t-shirt recommendation. They said, no finances out of wedlock. That's so good. Shout out to the person that did that. No finances out of wedlock. That's a good one. And none of the other co-hosts better steal it. Dibs. Court says, I never said don't read scripture. Just only God can show you what it means. Yeah, nothing wrong with reading. Reading the Bible or reading books. But you want to let the Spirit speak through. Nice. Chat saying, we love JC. JC, the chat don't hate you either. JC be thinking. I mean, there's some haters that people be in the chat going crazy. That's true. But JC, don't be worried. Do your thing, JC. Go do your thing. But just drop the identities. You're just a person. Another person. You ain't black. You ain't homosexual. You ain't none of that. You JC. Okay, I gotta go. All right, guys. Appreciate it. I'm back. I'm gone tomorrow. I'll have a show on Friday, Monday to Thursday only. And we'll be back here next Monday to get into some more mess. Some more mess. But also, don't forget, American Anchor Baby's coming in at 4 p.m. today. And also, don't forget, The Fallen State comes out tomorrow. New episode of The Fallen State. You don't want to miss that. But third, you don't want to miss on Monday the second episode of Punchy TV, which involves myself and the other co-hosts here. We got another episode coming out on Monday at 2 p.m. Don't miss out on that. All right? I gotta go. All right, guys. I'll see you. Until next time, bye. See you later. you.